Hi, I'm Towin. So, it's been a bit over 4 months since the second batch video for the Shiny Professor Oak Challenge, and a bit under 9 months since I started this thing. Like last time, this video is to commemorate that I caught every shiny Pokemon before the third batch. If you haven't watched the first part, I will really recommend for you to do that, since it'll help to follow along. Also, just to be clear, this isn't going to be a compilation of the previous videos, but it's going to be me narrating what I caught, how many encounters it took, and some parts of the story. Hopefully, this also works as a guide in case you want to start your own Shiny Professor Oak challenge. If you want to see the details on how this challenge works, you can see the description of the video. But in short, I have to catch every single Pokemon before the designated batch, in this case the third one, and they all have to be shiny. After getting the second batch, I make my way to Slateport City. Usually, this is where you will get the gift cosplay Pikachu, but since it's not possible to get it shiny, I just skip it. So, I move to Route 110 and start doing horde battles. I can get either Magnemite, Plusle, or Minun. I get lucky and after only 175 horde battles, I get a shiny Magnemite. However, like it's custom now for some reason, I accidentally deleted the footage. So you'll have to settle with the Pokédex entries for him and Magneton, which I got after evolving Magnemite. I then continue doing horde battles, but my patience lasts only for 500 more, so I switched to doing Death Snap encounters for Minun, which I got after 257 encounters. The last of the horde Pokemon was Plusle, so I did him next, and I get it after 194 Death Snap encounters. There's still 4 Pokemon left here, so I stay and continue with the grind. But it seems that my luck ran out as the next 2 Pokemon take way longer than the other 3, as my next target, Voltorb, takes 1253 encounters. I evolve him into Electrode and start hunting for Electrike, and this is the one that takes the longest here, as it takes 1947 to find him. He's not the longest hunt as you'll see later on the video, but it still took a long time. I evolve her into Manectric and do Gulpin as my last encounter. I could also do Oddish here, but there's another place where I can do horde battles to get it. I start hunting with Death Snap and luckily find him after 417 encounters, so I then evolve him into Swalot. With the encounters on Route 110 done, I move to Route 117 and start doing horde battles again. This time, I can get Oddish, Roselia, Meryl, and Zigzagoon. But before that, I catch a regular Oddish and evolve it into Blossom. This is because, like Masquerain, he has access to Sweet Scent, but unlike him, he doesn't have Intimidate, which makes you lose a couple of seconds for every horde battle. You might think that it's not a big deal, but when you're doing thousands of horde battles, it starts to add up and the seconds lost become hours. But anyways, after getting Blossom, I start with the encounters, and after 303 encounters, I find a shiny. Zigzagoon. I was going to get a shiny repeat eventually, so it's not like it's that much of a surprise. It has pickup though, so it can join the team. I continue doing horde battles, however, after a total of 1000, I switch to do Death Snap for Oddish, and I get one after 525, but I need another one for both evolutions, so I continue and after only 120 more encounters, I find the second Oddish. I then evolve both of them into Gloom, one of them into Blossom with a Sunstone from pickup, and the other one into Vileplume with a Leaf Stone from Super Training. My next target is Meryl. Now, you could suggest that I hatch a shiny Azurill from an egg and then evolve it into Meryl, but as you'll see later, it takes way longer than just doing Death Snap, and I wanted to keep doing a video weekly, so doing Death Snap is better. Anyways, I get the Meryl after 236 Death Snap encounters and evolve it into a Azumarill. Since I was already doing a Pokemon that had a baby form, my next target was Roselia. I get it after 341 Death Snap encounters and evolve it into Roserade with a shiny stone that I got from Super Training. That leaves the Firefly Pokemon, Volbeat and Illumise for this route. I go for Illumise first and get it after 380 Death Snap encounters. As for Volbeat, I get lucky and get him after only 93 encounters. One thing that I forgot to mention was that once you get to Mobile City, you can get the Mac Bike. This lets you access a previously inaccessible area on Granite Cave that has 2 new encounters, Aeron and Mawile. Coincidentally, there are also horde encounters on the lowest floor alongside Zubat. Because I really didn't want to do more dead snap hunts on Granite Cave, I decided to just do horde battles until I got either Aeron or Mawile. This proved to be a bad idea, as it became the second longest hunt I've had to do in my whole life. Second, you might ask? We'll get there, don't worry. During my hunt, I found 2 shiny Zubats, one on the 44th horde battle, and another one on the 1801st one. But after 3,996 total encounters, I finally got the Aeron. I then evolved into Lairon, and then into Aggron. As for Mawile, I went for Dead Snap since I was already sick of the horde battles. It didn't take me long before I got a shiny Mawile, finding it after 366 Dead Snap encounters. And now, the baby Pokemon. I need to get a shiny Badoo and a Surreal from egg hatching, and this process is insanely long. Especially since it's full odds and I don't have a Pokemon with the ability Flame Body or Magma Armor. I'm going to go into detail as to how to optimize this, so if you don't care, you can jump to the time on screen. What you need to do to optimize this process is a couple of things. First is to get 2 of the same Pokemon with different gender. So for example, 2 Roselias. It doesn't work if you have a Roselia and a Roserade. They have to be of the same species. This is to maximize the rate at which you get the eggs. Second is the incense for the respective Pokemon. If you don't have it, you'll get Roselia instead of Badoo. Third is the Magbite to make hatching eggs faster. And fourth is a ton of patience. With all of that, on average you should be able to get 1 encounter every 4 minutes. You might be able to make it a bit faster, but not by much. The method that I used in the end was to get 4 boxes full of eggs, then retire 4 of them and get 1 from the daycare. With this, I was able to get 5 boxes full of that Pokemon by the end without wasting that much time. I started hunting Badoo, however, after hatching 2,000 eggs without signs of a shiny for months, I decided to give up. Now it's not like I'm going to just quit the challenge, no, but I'm going to get a Ditto to do Masuda method. This is obviously cheating and it makes the run invalid, but my in-game time has gone up by more than 100 hours since I've started this hunt, and Lord knows how long it'll take me to get a Surreal. So just know that I'm doing this for my mental health and to keep the challenge going. And if you think that I didn't try hard enough, the 2 Roselias on the daycare were level 100 when I decided to get Ditto. And if that doesn't convince you, on the 6th generation there's a mechanic called Pokemiles. Every 1000 steps, you get 1 Pokemile. When I reached the 2000 mark, I had 2,713 Pokemiles. If you do the math, this gives a total of 2.7 million steps. And if you think that's what I had from the start, when I was at 800x hatched, I had 1000 Pokemiles. There's a lot more full odds hunts that I'll have to do to make me lose my sanity, so if you just want me to go insane, the game's got you covered. Also, for those that don't know the Masuda method, if you breed 2 Pokemon with a different origin language, it increases the odds from 1 in 4096 to 1 in 683. Anyways, with the Ditto in the game, I got my shiny Badoo after a total of 2200x hatched, and after 369 more eggs hatched, I got the shiny Azurill. With this, I got every shiny before the 3rd batch after 27,425 encounters. It may be more or less since I may have missed some, and I didn't count the encounters without the purpose of shiny hunting. Also, yes, it took me more encounters to just get the pre-batch 3 Pokemon than the pre-batch 1 and 2 combined. The only thing left to do is to get my 3rd batch from Watson, so I go and challenge him. I lead with my shiny Aggron against his Magnemite. Mudslap activates his Sturdy and he tries to paralyze me. But that doesn't happen thanks to the berry I equip him with. He heals and I activate Sturdy again. Next turn, Magnemite gets KO'd. Voltorb is next, but a single Headbutt is enough to defeat him. So last is the Ace Magneton. I use Headbutt to prevent Sturdy from activating and he confuses me. Now, this is just stupid. Aggron hits himself 4 times in a row. It got to the point where he almost lost to a Pokemon 10 levels lower. He probably would have hit himself again if he didn't snap out of confusion, but in the end, Mudslap granted me the victory, finishing pre-batch 3. If you want to see more of my content, you can check my challenge runs playlist, that's on screen. Or, If you want to see something more like what you just watched, you can check the Shiny Professor Oak playlist, that's also on screen. Before I forget, I also made a Twitter account. I'm going to be posting live updates on the challenge and also say when I have uploaded a video. So if that interests you, the link's down below. Anyways, that's all I have for now. See ya!